Welcome back to JK World 035. New to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Creation and uncovering the strategies the ultra-rich use to stay on top. Trust me, you won't want to miss an honestly crucial topic, how billionaires think, but the principles are more applicable to your own finance on the sophisticated methods and tools they leverage. From the understand that the economic landscape is constantly evolving, and the companies and technologies that dominate today might not be the leaders of tomorrow. Hey everyone, and welcome back to JK World 035. I'm Junaid, and it's great to have you here. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because we're all about diving deep into money, wealth creation, and uncovering the strategies the ultra-rich use to stay on top. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on the insights we share here that can genuinely transform your financial future. Today, we're tackling a really fascinating and honestly crucial topic, how billionaires protect their wealth in 2025. It's a world that seems distant, but the principles are more applicable to your own financial life than you might think. We're going to pull back the curtain on the sophisticated methods and tools they leverage. From the often misunderstood world of tax havens, to incredibly smart, future-focused investments, and everything in between. This isn't just about theory, it's about actionable intelligence. The goal here isn't just to marvel at what billionaires do, but to really understand the why and the how. More importantly, we're going to break down how you can adapt and apply some of these powerful tactics, even if you're not working with 9 or 10 figures. It's about financial literacy and empowerment, no matter your current financial standing. So, grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's get started on this journey to financial wisdom. Alright, so the absolute first pillar, the bedrock strategy that virtually every billionaire relies on, is diversification. You've heard the old saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket, and for the ultra-wealthy, this isn't just a saying, it's a financial commandment. In 2025, with global markets being as interconnected and sometimes volatile as they are, this principle is more critical than ever. They understand that concentrating wealth in one area, no matter how promising it seems, is an unacceptable risk. True financial security comes from spreading that risk intelligently. So what does this diversification look like at the billionaire level? We're talking about a global tapestry of assets. First up, global stock markets. They're not just investing in the S&P 500, they have significant holdings across the US, Europe, Asia, and emerging markets. This geographical spread helps cushion blows from regional economic downturns. If one market is struggling, another might be booming, creating a balancing effect that preserves overall capital. They have teams analyzing geopolitical situations and economic forecasts to make these allocations. Then there's private equity and venture capital. These are investments in companies that aren't publicly traded. Think about early-stage tech startups or established private businesses. While these can be riskier and less liquid than public stocks, they also offer the potential for explosive growth, the kind of growth that can significantly multiply wealth. Billionaires often have access to these deals through exclusive networks and their family offices, allowing them to get in on the ground floor of potentially game-changing enterprises. Real estate is another huge component, and we're not just talking about their primary mega mansion. Billionaires invest in a wide array of properties, commercial buildings in prime city locations, luxury residential developments, agricultural land, and even entire islands. Importantly, this real estate portfolio is often international, providing a hedge against local property market fluctuations and currency devaluations. Owning tangible assets in different countries adds a significant layer of security and stability to their overall wealth.
Is Yoko? Well, Yoko is a top-notch on-demand auto fulfillment service. With 7 years manufacturing experience, we know what we are doing. We pride ourselves on maintaining competitive price, premium quality, and lightning fast fulfillment and shipping speed. With over 1,000 product options ranging from apparels, accessories to home and living items, you can't run out of products to sell. Simply add text or upload images to design. Have we mentioned that all of our print is doable on every single piece of product on Yoko? And if you want a real-time process overview and design, Yoko's got you covered with our 3D mockup generator, which is amazing. And products you created can be synced seamlessly to Shopify, WooCommerce, Etsy, BigCommerce, and Wix stores. So we fulfill, pack, and ship products from our factory straight to your customer's doorstep. And you get to focus on the fun stuff, creating your custom designs, setting your own product prices, and marketing your very own brand. No inventory risk, no printing cost, no storage fee, and on top of those, no hassle. Yoko is incredibly easy to use, and we offer reliable 24/7 customer support. From setup to printing, payment to shipping, we'll be here. Choose Yoko for a print-on-demand business.
Next, let's talk about commodities. Things like gold, silver, platinum, and other rare metals have historically been seen as safe havens, especially during times of economic uncertainty or high inflation. Gold, in particular, often moves inversely to the stock market, making it a valuable diversification tool. Billionaires will allocate a portion of their wealth to these tangible assets as a store of value, a sort of financial insurance policy against unforeseen global economic shocks. Now let's delve into a topic that often gets a lot of media attention, sometimes for the wrong reasons: offshore accounts and tax havens. For billionaires, these are sophisticated tools for legally and strategically managing their global financial affairs, particularly their tax burdens. It's crucial to understand that when used correctly and within the bounds of international law, this is about smart tax planning, not illegal tax evasion. The distinction is incredibly important. In 2025, countries like Switzerland, the Cayman Islands, Singapore, and others continue to be popular jurisdictions. Why these places? Well, they typically offer a combination of political and economic stability, strong privacy laws, though these are evolving with global transparency initiatives, sophisticated financial infrastructure, and, critically, favorable tax regimes for certain types of income or assets held by non-residents. It's about finding jurisdictions that are efficient and legally advantageous for holding global wealth. Billionaires often structure their assets through a variety of legal entities within these jurisdictions. One common tool is the offshore trust. A trust allows an individual, the settlor, to transfer assets to a trustee, who manages them for the benefit of beneficiaries. Offshore trusts can offer asset protection benefits, help with estate planning by ensuring a smooth transfer of wealth across generations, and in some cases provide tax deferral or reduction advantages, depending on the laws of all relevant countries. Another key structure is the International Business Company, or IBC. These are corporate entities established in offshore jurisdictions that can be used for a variety of purposes, such as holding investments, conducting international trade, or owning intellectual property. The benefits often include confidentiality, though again, this is subject to international reporting standards like CRS Common Reporting Standard, and potentially lower corporate tax rates on income generated outside the haven jurisdiction. Holding companies are also frequently utilized. A billionaire might establish a holding company in a tax-efficient jurisdiction to own shares in various operating businesses or investment vehicles located around the world. This can simplify the management of a complex global portfolio, centralize control, and optimize the overall tax treatment of dividends and capital gains, all while adhering to the intricate web of international tax treaties and regulations. It's absolutely vital to reiterate that this isn't about hiding money or evading taxes, which is illegal and carries severe penalties. Instead, it's about legitimate tax avoidance or tax mitigation, using the existing legal frameworks in different countries to minimize tax liability. Billionaires employ teams of expert tax lawyers and accountants who specialize in international tax law to ensure every structure is compliant with all applicable regulations, including those in their home country. The complexity involved in setting up and maintaining these structures is immense. We're talking about navigating the tax codes of multiple countries, understanding double taxation treaties, and complying with ever-increasing global transparency initiatives like FATCA, Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act, and the aforementioned CRS. This is not a DIY endeavor. It requires top-tier professional advice and meticulous ongoing management to ensure everything remains above board. So, what's the takeaway for you? While you're probably not going to be setting up complex offshore trusts tomorrow, the underlying principle of smart tax planning is universally applicable. All right, let's talk about something that truly sets the ultra-wealthy apart when it comes to managing their fortunes: the family office. You might have heard the term, but what exactly is it? Essentially, a family office is like a private, dedicated company whose sole purpose is to manage the entirety of a wealthy family's financial and personal affairs. It's the ultimate bespoke service, a secret weapon for preserving and growing wealth across generations. Think of it as a central command center for everything money-related, and often much more. A fully fledged family office handles a vast array of services. Investment management is a core function, of course. This goes far beyond just picking stocks. It involves sophisticated asset allocation, direct investments in private equity or real estate, managing hedge fund relationships, and constantly monitoring global market trends to make strategic adjustments. They have the resources to access investment opportunities unavailable to the general public. Tax planning is another massive component. Given the global nature of their assets and the complexity of international tax laws we just discussed, family offices employ or retain top tax experts. Their job is to ensure full compliance while legally minimizing the family's overall tax burden. This involves intricate knowledge of trusts, estate taxes, corporate taxes, and how different jurisdictions interact. It's a constant evolving challenge that requires dedicated expertise. Estate planning is paramount within a family office. The goal here is to ensure the smooth and tax-efficient transfer of wealth to future generations, aligning with the family's long-term vision and values. This involves creating wills, trusts, and other legal structures designed to protect assets and minimize inheritance taxes. It's about legacy building and ensuring the family's financial security endures for decades or even centuries. Beyond the purely financial, many family offices also manage the family's philanthropic endeavors. They help identify charitable causes aligned with the family's interests, set up and manage foundations or donor-advised funds, and ensure that charitable giving is impactful and also structured in a tax-efficient manner. This allows billionaires to make a significant social impact while also integrating their giving into their overall financial strategy. A family office also often takes on a concierge role, handling things like managing properties, yachts, or private jets, dealing with legal matters, overseeing cybersecurity for the family, and even sometimes helping with succession planning in family-owned businesses. They are the ultimate problem solvers and protectors of the family's interests, providing a holistic, integrated approach to wealth management that is simply unparalleled. The reason it's often called a secret weapon is due to the incredible level of privacy, control, and customized service it offers. Unlike dealing with multiple external banks or advisors, a family office provides a single, trusted point of contact that deeply understands the family's unique circumstances, goals, and risk tolerance. Next up, let's dive into a critical aspect of wealth preservation for billionaires' asset protection. In a world that's increasingly litigious and where high-net-worth individuals can often be targets for lawsuits, some frivolous, some legitimate, proactively shielding assets is not just smart, it's essential. This isn't about hiding assets illegally. It's about using established legal structures to create a robust defense against potential future claims or creditors. Billionaires understand that wealth can be vulnerable. Business ventures can face unexpected liabilities, personal circumstances can change, and unforeseen events can lead to legal challenges. Therefore, they employ a range of legal shields designed to separate their personal wealth from these potential risks, ensuring that a problem in one area doesn't jeopardize their entire financial foundation. It's about building financial firewalls. Trusts are a cornerstone of asset protection strategies. We touched on offshore trusts earlier, but domestic trusts also play a huge role. For instance, irrevocable trusts, once assets are transferred into them, can offer significant protection because those assets are no longer legally owned by the individual. Specific types like domestic asset protection trusts or DAPTs, available in certain states, are explicitly designed to shield assets from creditors while still allowing the settlor some level of benefit. Limited liability companies, or LLCs, are another incredibly common and effective tool. Billionaires often hold significant assets such as real estate, investment portfolios, or even valuable collectibles within LLCs. The primary benefit here is that the LLC creates a separate legal entity. If a lawsuit targets the LLC, the personal assets of the LLC's owners are generally protected, and vice versa. This compartmentalization of risk is fundamental. Foundations, which we'll discuss more in the context of philanthropy, can also serve an asset protection function. When assets are irrevocably donated to a charitable foundation, they are typically removed from the donor's personal estate and are shielded from personal creditors. You often hear about billionaires like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, or Mackenzie Scott making enormous philanthropic contributions, and it's genuinely inspiring. But beyond the altruism, there's also a layer of incredibly smart financial strategy involved, particularly when it comes to setting up and utilizing private foundations. In 2025, philanthropy for the ultra-rich is a powerful tool for both societal impact and sophisticated wealth management. One of the primary motivations, of course, is the desire to support causes they deeply care about. Whether it's global health, education, climate change, or arts and culture, billionaires can leverage their vast resources to tackle some of the world's most pressing problems. A private foundation provides a dedicated vehicle to channel these efforts, allowing for long-term, strategic giving rather than just sporadic donations. It's about creating a lasting legacy of positive change. From a financial perspective, creating and funding a foundation offers significant tax advantages. Contributions made to a qualified charitable foundation are generally tax-deductible, which can reduce the billionaire's current income tax liability. Furthermore, assets placed within a foundation are typically removed from their personal estate, which can substantially reduce future estate taxes. This allows more of their wealth to go towards their chosen causes, rather than to the government. Foundations also play a role in long-term wealth sustainability and management. The assets endowed to a foundation are invested, and the investment returns can then be used to fund its charitable activities. This means the foundation can potentially operate in perpetuity, continuing its mission long after the original donor is gone. Some foundations even grow their endowments over time, increasing their capacity for giving. It's a way to make wealth productive for the public good indefinitely. Moreover, a foundation can be a way to involve family members, including younger generations, in philanthropic activities. This can help instill values of giving and social responsibility and provide a common purpose for the family. In an increasingly digital and interconnected world, privacy and cybersecurity have become paramount concerns for everyone, but for billionaires, the stakes are exponentially higher. With vast fortunes and high public profiles, they are prime targets for cybercriminals, fraudsters, and even those seeking to exploit personal information for malicious purposes. In 2025, investing heavily in robust privacy and cybersecurity measures is not a luxury. It's an absolute necessity for wealth protection. The threat landscape is diverse and constantly evolving. We're talking about sophisticated hacking attempts aimed at accessing financial accounts, ransomware attacks holding critical data hostage, phishing scams designed to trick individuals into revealing sensitive information, and even physical security threats that can be exacerbated by leaked personal data. Billionaires understand that a single breach could have devastating financial and reputational consequences. To counter these threats, they employ a multi-layered approach to security. Encrypted communication tools are standard. This goes beyond just using secure messaging apps. It can involve dedicated encrypted networks for family and business communications, ensuring that sensitive discussions and data exchanges remain confidential. They often use devices that are specifically hardened against intrusion and limit their digital footprint wherever possible. Private banking relationships also play a role in enhancing privacy and security. Reputable private banks offer not only bespoke financial services, but also heightened levels of discretion and advanced security protocols for protecting client data and transactions. They understand the unique security needs of high-net-worth individuals and invest heavily in systems to safeguard against unauthorized access. Beyond digital defenses, billionaires also establish what can be called legal and digital firewalls. This includes rigorous background checks for staff, strict non-disclosure agreements or NDAs for anyone with access to sensitive information, and carefully crafted legal structures that can help compartmentalize information. On the digital front, this means advanced network security, intrusion detection systems, and often dedicated cybersecurity teams or consultants monitoring for threats 24/7. Protecting against social engineering is also a major focus. Cybercriminals are adept at manipulating human psychology to gain access or information. Lastly, but certainly not least, billionaires protect and grow their wealth by consistently looking ahead and investing in what they believe will be the transformative sectors of the future. They aren't just focused on preserving what they have. They are actively seeking out opportunities that will define the next decades. In 2025, this means making significant bets on innovation, disruption, and long-term growth trends. This forward-looking investment philosophy is a hallmark of many of the world's wealthiest individuals. They understand that the economic landscape is constantly evolving, and the companies and technologies that dominate today might not be the leaders of tomorrow. Therefore, a portion of their portfolio is always dedicated to future-proofing, identifying, and backing the next wave of groundbreaking advancements. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is undoubtedly at the top of this list. Billionaires are investing heavily in AI companies across various sectors, from software development and data analytics to robotics and autonomous systems. They see AI not just as a technology, but as a fundamental enabler that will reshape industries, create new efficiencies, and unlock unprecedented value. This includes both established AI players and promising early-stage startups. Clean energy and sustainability represent another massive area of focus. With growing global awareness of climate change and the push towards a greener economy, billionaires are channeling significant capital into renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydrogen, as well as technologies related to energy storage, electric vehicles, and sustainable agriculture. They see this as both an ethical imperative and an enormous economic opportunity. Digital infrastructure continues to be a critical investment theme. This encompasses everything from 5G networks and the Internet of Things, or IoT, to data centers and cloud computing platforms. As our world becomes increasingly digitized, the underlying infrastructure that supports this digital transformation is seen as a non-negotiable area for growth and investment. Reliable, high-speed connectivity and data processing are the bedrock of the future economy. Beyond these, billionaires are also exploring other cutting-edge fields. So to recap what we've covered today, billionaires protect their wealth through a sophisticated, multi-layered approach. It starts with diversification across global assets, then moves into smart legal and tax planning with tools like offshore structures and family offices. They build robust legal shields for asset protection, engage in strategic philanthropy, prioritize privacy and cybersecurity in this digital age, and critically, they are always